Hello everyone, welcome to Storytime in Seacliff. The story today is The Country Bunny and the Little Gold Shoes. Remember our clue had been the bunny yesterday. It's a wonderful, wonderful story. And let's get started. All right, Oberon? Well, we all know about the Easter Bunny delivering Easter eggs to children around the world. But did you know that it's not just one Easter Bunny? There are really 5 Easter Bunnies. And those 5 are the kindest, the swiftest, and the most clever of all the bunnies in the world. And those 5 Easter Bunnies work very, very hard, one night a year. Harder probably than most bunnies work all year long. Sometimes one of the Easter Bunnies grows tired and decides that he doesn't want to be an Easter Bunny anymore. And then they have to find a replacement. And sure enough, Grandfather Bunny is the one who chooses. And he chooses the kindest, most clever, the swiftest of the bunnies. There was a little country bunny, and she wanted, when she grew up, to be an Easter Bunny. The fancy bunnies that lived near her said, "Oh, how silly, there's no way a little country bunny like you could ever be the Easter Bunny." And those jackrabbits, with their long legs, would say, "Are you kidding, country bunny? No way you could run as fast as an Easter Bunny must." Well, as time went on, the country bunny grew up. She married. She and her husband had many bunnies, 21 in fact. And she said every year, "I am going to be an Easter Bunny someday." Her little bunnies, they were so much work in the beginning. But as time went on, she and her husband taught them many, many, many things. They taught them to do some sweeping, to make beds, to cook, to sew, to wash the dishes and the clothes. They taught them how to sing lovely songs. They taught them dances, some drawing, beautiful, beautiful artwork, gardening. There was nothing that those little bunnies couldn't do because their parents had taught them all they knew. Well, word came that one of those Easter Bunnies, one of those 5, had decided that he was getting too slow. So he said, "I think maybe I will give up my job." And everybody, all the bunnies from around, came to the palace to find out who would be his replacement. And there's our Grandfather Bunny. He's looking out at all the bunnies out there. And some of them are racing. Some of them are doing all sorts of tricks. And he says, "I know they're fast and I know they're clever. But I don't know. I really have to find one who's also very kind." Over here, yes, there's our country bunny and her family. They came, and she thought, this might be the year that I will be the Easter Bunny. She raised her hand and she said, "Grandfather Bunny, these are my children. My husband and I, we've taught them so many things." Grandfather Bunny said, "Well, you must be very clever." And she said, "Yes." And he said, "Are they happy?" And she said, "Oh, my children, so happy, so happy. There's never a harsh word. They never fight. No, they don't. And look at their ears. They're standing up so straight. You can tell they're very happy bunnies." Grandfather said, "You must be very kind then. But are you swift? Are you fast?" She laughed and she laughed and she whispered in the bunny's ears, and they all scattered. They scattered all over the meadow. And she ran over grabbed each and every one of them and brought them back so quickly. And Grandfather Bunny said, "You are very, very fast, very swift. I think you are indeed going to be the Easter Bunny this year. Yeah, you are." And yes, there they went that night. They went to the palace. That's where the palace was. They opened up the gates, and sure enough, oh, look at that, all those Easter eggs. And those are the 4 other bunnies. So the 5 of them are ready. They're all given baskets, and they're told to deliver the eggs throughout the world. And they did. Oh, they were so tired. Oh my gosh. Back and forth, back and forth. Finally, the Easter Bunny, the country bunny, said, "I think it's time for me to go home." She had a little basket for her children with eggs for them. But Grandfather Bunny called her aside and said, "I have one more job for you. I don't know, it might be too hard for any of you, of any of the bunnies. It's a beautiful egg, and it's for a child who lives on top of a very, very steep mountain. Do you think you'll be able to deliver it to him?" And she said, "Yes, I'll try. And she went out and she held it tightly and she started up the mountain. And it was very steep, very steep. And as she went further up, there was snow and there was ice. And she clutched that egg and she hoped and tried, but she slipped back. She rolled down. Oh, she held on to the egg. Oh no. Oh, she landed at the bottom of the mountain underneath a tree. Oh, she thought to herself, "I don't think I can get up that mountain." She stood up and her leg hurt so much. She was in such pain. She probably had twisted her ankle. Oh, she was so disappointed, and she knew that child would be sad. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, Grandfather Bunny appeared, and he had with him a gift. He had a pair of golden shoes. He said to the country bunny, "I knew you were very clever. I knew you were very swift. I knew you were very kind, but I did not know that you were the bravest of all the bunnies. And I have a gift for you." And he handed her the golden shoes. She put them on, and it turned out they were magic. Because with one hop, she was halfway up the mountain. And with the second hop, she was at the top of the mountain. And when she got to the top of the mountain, she opened the door and she placed the egg in the hands of the sleeping child. She turned around, and 2 hops later, she was back at the palace, where she picked up her basket for her children. And she rushed back. The sun was rising to her cottage. When she got there, everything was perfect. And she went into the children's bedroom, and there they were sleeping. And she placed the basket with the 21 eggs for them on that little table. And then she took a long nap. And now, from that moment on, you could always tell where the country bunny lived, because on a hook in her house, a pair of golden shoes hung, glittering and always ready for Easter. That's the end of the story. All right, everybody, that was a lovely story, wasn't it? Well, now we have our birthday cake. But before, because I don't want to forget this, tomorrow, 11 a.m., that's Sunday, it's Easter Sunday, in the lovely village of Seacliff, the Easter Bunny is going to come. I can't promise it will be the country bunny. I think there will be 2 bunnies, though, will be coming through the streets of Seacliff. So be on the watch, 11 o'clock tomorrow. They're coming down. I think it's going to be on the fire truck, up and down the streets. All right? So now, let's get back to our birthday cake. We have a birthday, too. Our birthday boy's name is Zeke. Zeke was in our story hour many years ago. Now he's a high school boy, but he used to come to story hour. I'm going to sing to him in a minute. But let's find out about our voting. So sure enough, Vanilla, Emily, Molly, Alice, Hannah, Patrick, and Joseph. Chocolate, Annabelle, Kira, Ben, B, Nicholas, Bevy, and Henry, all chocolate. Shall I count? Let's count. 1, 2, 3. 7 chocolate and 6 vanilla. Oh, okay. All right. So it's a little teeny bit more chocolate. Too bad I can't show that, but are we ready? I think we're ready, though, to sing to Zeke. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Zeke. Happy birthday to you. Very nice. Okay. And Oberon, do you have a clue? Oh, of course he has a clue. And the clue is, I have a feeling you guys are going to figure this one out. Maybe, maybe not. What do you think? What do you think? All right. Well, thank you for listening to our story. And remember, I love you all very, very much.